This is the story of a river which begins life on the frozen expanse of the Tibetan Plateau. Considered the fourth most important river in Asia, its source was, however, discovered just 6 years ago by the French writer and explorer Michel Peissel. As it flows through China, it is known as the Turbulent River. It then enters Laos, where it's called the Mother of Waters, while for the Cambodians, it is simply the Great Water. Finally, in Vietnam, at the point where it flows into the South China Sea, it becomes the Nine Dragons. This is the story of the Mekong River as it crosses the countries of Southeast Asia, a region full of legends and forgotten cities, lost empires whose remains have survived to the present day, and tribes hidden in the depths of the jungle. But it is also a land scarred by the horrors of human savagery. Dawn is rising in the Mountains of Annam, and like every morning, Busneng starts the day with the opium ceremony. There's a traditional rule which allows men to smoke opium once they reach the age of 40 and have had children. Bunseng is 43 years old and is married to Bojam, who is only 29, though a hard life has made her look much older. Together they have had 5 children, with another now on the way. They live in a modest shack made from bamboo, and unlike the majority of the tribes of Southeast Asia, their house is not raised up above the ground. There are 2 entrance doors, one for men and the other for women, but this division is only used for the wedding ceremonies. Inside there is just one room. This is where everyone sleeps, as well as being the kitchen and the place where they store rice. There are no windows, and around the walls they hang baskets, tools for working the land, medicinal plants, food, and kitchen utensils. Bunseng and his family live in Salebe, a small village in the north of Laos, very close to the border with China. They belong to the Ekor tribe, one of the 30 ethnic minorities which originated on the high steppes of Tibetan Mongolia and now live in these lands at an altitude of 1,300 meters. Their fear of the lowlands comes from a Hmong proverb which says, "If you don't fear hunger, stay in the mountains, but if you don't fear death, then go to the plains." Activity in the village begins at sunrise, but by this time the married women have already been at work for hours, cleaning the house and preparing the fire and the food. Then they meet at the spring to collect water which they transport in bamboo canes. Twice a day, Bojam has to walk the 3 kilometers from the spring to the village, carrying on her back a weight of over 50 kilos. Meanwhile, both Chang Vang and Niai, the eldest daughters of Bojam, grind the rice. For the Ekor, rice is not only the basis of their economy and their diet, it is the center of their lives and, as such, occupies much of their time. Agriculture is their main activity, though they also own buffaloes and farm animals, which are a valuable additional food source, especially at the end of the dry season, when rice is at its scarcest. But today is not just any day in Salebe. Today is the 5th of February and the women are preparing the rice in order to celebrate the new year. Then they prepare special cakes and rice liqueur. They dye the rice red, green and yellow. Red represents raw meat, blood and the dragon. The green rice represents the crops, including rice itself, while the yellow represents all other foods. Every home prepares this 3-colored rice, which will be offered to the family spirits. Another important element in the Ekor culture is the ornaments they wear on their traditional costumes, and which both men and women use every day. These are made from cotton, dyed indigo and different shades of blue. The women's costumes are decorated with complicated embroidery and the half-piastre coins of Indochina, and they also wear earrings, bracelets and chokers of rigid silver made by the silversmiths in nearby Yunnan. Sometime after 11 in the morning, the first man ready to work finally appears. The first rains will come soon and the paddies must be ready to plant the rice. They decided to begin the New Year celebrations a few days ago, and the women's patience is running out. They not only clean the house, grind the rice, prepare the meals and fetch the water and wood, but are also responsible for educating the children and passing on the traditions of their culture. The Ekor are very respectful of the environment and only cut down trees to make new rice fields when a couple gets married. Every day they cut only the wood they need to cook and heat, and although other neighboring tribes have found a good source of income from selling wood to Thai and Vietnamese merchants, the Ekor respect the jungle so much that the women, when they have finished cutting wood, place a leaf in their mouths and sing a song to the forest, thanking it for its generosity. In the afternoon, the men get together to play Dello, a game so ancient that not even the players themselves know its origins. They only play Dello twice a year, during the New Year celebrations and when the first rice harvest is in. One of the players throws a wooden top, called a makan, onto the ground, and his opponent has to hit it with another, similar one. The first one to stop spinning loses. There are no prizes. The satisfaction of taking part is enough, as only men above the age of 16 are allowed to play.